Welcome back to another edition of Sleepers, Rods, and Land Yachts. I'm here today at the Thornhill Drag Strip, and I'm joined by Jerry Bender. Jerry, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, behind us is a 54 Ford Ranch Wagon, yeah?
Correct.
It's a beautiful candy red apple color. Is that how you would describe it as well?
Well, I don't know. It's red.
I like what I said.
It sounds better.
There you go. So, how did you come to get this car?
Well, I went to a swap meet just to look around. I wasn't really looking for anything. And as soon as I walked in the door, the car was sitting right there calling my name. And I talked to the gentleman that owned it, and we talked for a while. And before I knew it, I made him an offer, and he counter-offered with one that I couldn't refuse.
Oh, yeah? Maybe just like $100 up?
Yeah, close enough.
Okay. All right. So you've had this car for 13 years now, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And talk to me about some of why this is rare. You were talking earlier about the two doors on a Ford, and at the time I think you were looking for wagons.
Well, back in the day when this was new, I don't suppose it was that rare because according to information I've looked up, they made like 30,000 of these things. But today you don't see any. Most of the people that are in the car scene, like street rods and things like that, are going for Nomads, Tri-5 Chevrolets. And you don't see very many Fords, especially two-door Fords, which was like Ford's counterpart to the Nomad.
Okay. Now, you said that you had had a Studebaker prior to this, correct?
Oh, a long time prior to this. Yeah,
Okay.
I had several Studebakers in my life.
All right. So, of the cars that you've owned, how does this one ride? Talk to us about that.
You mean as far as modified cars?
Yes.
It doesn't actually. It ranks up there pretty good, but not to the top.
Okay.
I've had other cars that I actually liked better. I've got another one that I like better right now, but it's not as. It doesn't attract as much attention, and it's not as nice looking, but it's more fun.
Okay. So you strike me as a guy who probably knows his way around the inside of a car. Have you done some work on this car?
I've done quite a bit of work, yeah. I've done everything that's been done to it. I don't have anybody do anything for me. I do everything myself.
Okay. So what are some of the things that you've done to this car in the last 13 years?
Well, I've changed the spindles and put Granada disc brakes on it. I've added a power booster and made it power brakes. I've changed the steering box and made it power steering. I've added air conditioning. I put a Chevrolet grill in it.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Changed it up a little bit. I completely rewired the car, and I wanted a tilt wheel, but I liked the way GM tilt wheels were, so I built a tilt steering column for it out of 3 steering columns that I had laying around. And then I had to make the steering wheel fit because they don't interchange. And I wanted a smaller steering wheel because originally this had an 18-inch steering wheel, which actually you almost hit your knuckles when you turn it. It was huge. It was like driving a bus. And so I actually built the steering wheel. And then I had new carpeting made for it, which I couldn't do that myself.
Fair enough.
Everything else I've done.
Everything else. So we talked earlier, I asked you if you had a name for the car. I think an appropriate name might be Money Pit, but it's obviously saved you money since you're the one doing the work, right?
Well, quite a bit, yeah. Yeah, Money Pit would fit well, even though you do the work yourself, it still takes a good bit.
Yeah, time and money. All right, so in the 13 years you've had this, you plan on having this another 13 years, Jerry?
Probably. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'd like to think I'm going to make it another 13 years.
Yes. So yes. Jerry, do you take this car to car shows?
I take it quite a bit, but I don't actually. There's a lot of misunderstanding. People that are not in the hobby when you say car shows, they think that you're taking a car to a show to be judged and try to win a trophy. There are a lot of events around different parts of the country that my friends and I go to different ones, but we don't actually show for trophies. It's more go to and enjoy each other's company and enjoy the other cars and things. But I'm a member of the Good Guys Association.
I saw that sticker on the car.
And I'm also a member of the National Street Rod Association, which they have events all over the country, and we've put quite a few miles on it. I've driven quite a few miles. In between this and another vehicle I have, I've been pretty much all over the country.
So, Jerry, can you talk to us a little bit just of these car clubs? The Pumpkin Run was something we talked about earlier, and just if you can just touch on that, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, I'm a member of the Fast Teaks Car Club, which is a local, Southern Ohio, mostly car club. And the Fast Teaks produces the Pumpkin Run Nationals, which is this past one. It's always the first weekend in October, and this was our 43rd one. And we usually have in the area of 2,500 cars. It's in Owensville, Ohio. And we get cars from Canada and from all over the eastern part of the United States. And all the money we raise goes to charity. And so far we've given the Shriners over $1.1 million. Plus other charities too, but that's the biggest one that we give to.
That's fantastic. I would love to be able to talk just a couple of features, not necessarily about the work that you've done on the inside, but just some of the physical features on this beauty.
You mean appearance-wise? Just
yes,
well, one of the things that I'm actually most proud of that nobody notices is the dash. The dash is completely reconfigured to have modern gauges in it, but actually looks fairly stock. Most people don't even realize anything's been done to it, and it was a lot of work.
All right, well, how much? Talk. How much work? Seriously.
See. I don't really remember for sure, but I'd say probably a month.
Okay, a couple hours each day?
Yeah.
Do you have a space to do all this work?
Yeah, I have a garage that I work in, and it's dedicated to me. My wife complains because she can't put her car in out of the weather, but, she knew that when she married me.
Fair enough. Jerry, are you excited to take Candy Apple Red down this drag strip?
Sure. I'd be more excited if it was faster.
I'm just excited to see it come down. So I think we should get to that.